What is up, Cahir Club? Welcome back to another CahirLIVE live stream. How goes it? I hope everybody's had a wonderful, wonderful week. It has been a week since I was last live on this channel, which I think is a shame, but I had D&D on Friday, and it ended late. So I was like, no, not today. Not today. So we didn't do a stream. So I apologize for that. You have my formal cupology. Cupology.
Hey.
Hello, Mango! But, if you missed out on the Cahir is Here stream, then you missed out on quite the mighty stream today, I think. Today? Saturday, I think. I got like 15 new followers in one day. It was insane. Genuinely insane. I think that's the most followers I've gotten while live ever. I think that's the most followers I've gotten in a day ever. On Twitch. I'm trying to buy things on Steam, but PayPal's being slow in sending you a text. Oh no! Have you tried phoning them? Oh, there it goes. You spoke of the devil, and it's deviled. Hello, Rob. How goes it? I hope that your week has been going well. I know how part of it's gone, because we did do some repo earlier. I think I need to cut back on the repo, because last night, I had a horrible night's sleep, and I kept on having very vivid repo dreams. Which was quite odd, I think. Because it was just a bunch of repo... They were really vivid. They were really fucking vivid. It was bizarre. Sorry, I'm checking how many... Okay, yeah, no, I've not got an egg anymore. An egg sandwich. You know what? I might go without the egg sandwich, because we only have 9 eggs left. Nope, that's 11 eggs. We only have 11 eggs left. Hello, Shiny Chaser N. How goes it? I hope that your week has been going well so far. On Sunday, I was playing Jackbox. The first round was Fibbage 4. It was the biggest piece of shit ever. Oh no, what happened? What happened? Why was it the biggest piece of shit ever? But yeah. Back on with the shiny hunting today. 'Tis a bit of a shame, because there was a bit of a streak there, where every time I did this hunt, we got new Pokemon Legends ZA news, like, in between. But there's been no news this time. There's been no news at all. Yeah, not bad here, thanks. Hell yeah, glad to hear it, glad to hear it. Now there's been no news. It makes sense. We gotta wait for news. I'm guessing it's coming out in October, November time. I think it'd be fun if it came out, like, on the same day as X and Y. You know? I think if it released at the same time as X and Y, that would be pretty funky. I would enjoy that greatly. In short, the answer that seems to be the wrong one was the right one, and we had to make up lies. Yeah, I know how Fibbage works. And someone wrote the correct answer, and it let them send that lie without consequences. Oh no. Oh no. Crikey. But, what are you looking at? But, oh, what was I saying? Yeah, no, hopefully we get new news soon. I'm excited. I'm excited to see our first ZA Mega. Because, obviously those leaks kept on happening a few weeks back. But then it turned out that they weren't actually leaks. Although now, from what I understand, the guy who leaked Legend ZA... The guy who did all the Pokemon leaks, or the group who did all the Pokemon leaks, are now obviously under threat from being sued by the Pokemon Company and Nintendo for leaking intellectual property, and now they're threatening to, like, just release the whole game. Like, all the ZA and Gen 10 stuff, just online. Which, what were you expecting to happen? I mean, they're threatening to get sued. They're already going to get sued, Brugger. Like, let's be real. They publicized personal private information about employees at Game Freak. They were always going to get sued. That wasn't ever in the question. I think, like, they're very much coming towards the conclusion of, like, you fuck up all, like, you in for a, what is it? In for an inch, in for a mile? I don't know. I feel like that's a saying that summarizes exactly the point I'm trying to make. There's nothing in the basket? Oh no, we need the egg sandwich, don't we? We need the egg power. Let's check. I was kind of hoping we'd have more than a box of eggs, but I ended up getting greedy. Okay, we have enough peanut butter. Do we have enough bananas? We have enough bananas. I think the only thing we're short of is the EV picks. They thought, fuck it, go scorched earth? Exactly. It's not been leaked yet, they're just threatening to do it. So maybe they won't actually follow through. I hope they don't, 'cause I don't want it all leaked. I'm a much bigger fan of finding shit out as it happens. I think the one time... This isn't even a... what is it? Like, the only game I ever interact with leaks with is Genshin. Because Genshin leaks help tell you if a character's going to be worth pulling or not, right? Like, I don't mind Genshin leaks. Because when there's Genshin leaks, it's like, okay, what's this character like? Are they good? What's their kind of damage output? What's their kit like, you know? That's useful information to have before you pull a character. If the Genshin leaks that got leaks were consistently entire, like, segments of the story, like, how do I put this? Maybe I just view... No, I do just view them differently. I do just view Pokemon and Genshin differently and how I interact with them and their fandoms. Pokemon is very much a series I like being surprised by. There's a lot of surprise in like, finding new Pokemon and stuff, and that's, like, one of the joys of it. That's why when I was a kid, I liked Pokemon... I was going to say Black and White so much, but in general, why I like Pokemon so much, because finding the new Pokemon and seeing all the new Pokemon that were released, right? Which is, again, one of my grievances, one of my few grievances with Sun and Moon, is the fact that they really revealed everything on the run-up. So there weren't really any Pokemon that were unreleased, except, like, Delmise and other very niche, off-the-beaten-path Pokemon. And I think that... You joined for 420? Technically, I ended last stream at 420. It's just I've not hatched any eggs this stream yet. But hello, Jellu, and hello, Darby. Hello, how goes it? I hope that your weeks have both gone well. I was just talking about how, I mean, I joined before 421. That is true. That is true. Congratulations. You also joined before 495. Then again, I think I tend to get about 60 encounters done a stream, so I'll probably end out... No, wait, no, I don't. I get about 120-ish done each stream, don't I? I'm wrong, I'm lying to you. I'm lying to your faces, and for that, I'm sorry. Oh, shit. You're just trying to rank up to Ace on Monster Hunter. Wait, no, I don't think that's what MHUR is. I just kind of filled it as Monster Hunter, but I don't think that is what MHUR is. Or is it Monster Hunter? My Hero Ultra Rumble. I see. Best of luck. What was I saying? Yeah, no, Pokemon games are something I like to surprise me. I feel like they learned their mistake in Auraz, because they revealed all of the Mega Evolutions before Auraz. Like, every single Mega, they revealed before Auraz. I feel like that's because they wanted to put together that little animated short of every single Mega Evolution. That little video that they did. Like, before the game's released. And I feel like that might have gone into why they did it like that. But I think it fundamentally stole any excitement of finding new Megas, like, in the game. Because there were no new Megas to discover, right? Like, it makes sense they announced the Megas for, like, I don't know, I guess the starters, because obviously we already knew what Mega Blaziken looked like. But imagine if we found out about Mega Pidgeot or Mega Lopunny or, hell, Mega Ordino. Imagine if you go into the fight with Zinnia and she sends out her Salamence last and boom, it Mega Evolves. That would have been hype as shit, right? You wouldn't have been expecting it. You wouldn't have been expecting it at all. So you're just kind of left to, like, all you can do is be left there shell-shocked. That would have been awesome. But no, they kind of had to announce it all first, didn't they? They had to reveal their hand. So I would like there to be Megas I don't know about before going into ZA, right? That's best case scenario for me. But if the games get leaked, it's going to be impossible to avoid that information because Pokemon leaks, especially as someone who is, you know, someone on Pokemon corners of the internet, I'm going to see them, whether I like it or not, unless I, like, go cold turkey from social media. And who knows, maybe that would be a good idea and healthy for me, you know? I feel like there's every chance that that would maybe be, like, a good idea. But additionally, I do try and stream this game, and I feel like if I stream this game, then someone's going to come into chat and be like, oh man, did you see that they leaked Mega Splongalorp? Did you say they leaked Mega Grindelwald? Like, I feel like that's going to happen, you know? You're still expert 1, but you've got some sweats for teammates, so you might get carried. But how about the best you can? I see. Well, best of luck. Hopefully you can get there. Yo, I love Mega Small Lords. Exactly. Mega Small Lord easily, like, redefined the meta in Pokemon Bingle and Spongle. Oh no, am I dropping frames again? I'm gonna keep an eye on that. I was at some point. There was a point when I was dropping some frames. But now I might not be. The title is most definitely clickbait. And doesn't even mention Scarlet and Violet. The title? Is it just Pokemon Legends ZA Shiny Roulette? I see. Yeah, but people understand it's not out yet. And if you don't, then you lost a chest to a dog. You lost a chest to a tiger. Eh? Because I'm a tiger. So that's kind of funny, isn't it? You were for a little, was a little bit of lag. Oh no. Hopefully that doesn't persist. Let me know if the lag persists, please. Because obviously we had a fucking horrendous bit of lag on Saturday, which was, like, painful as hell. I was not chuffed at how laggy things got on Saturday. The lag is no longer doing the lag. Yeah, no, I can see on my thing it says that I'm not dropping frames anymore. Maybe it's because we're switching off. Okay, I don't think it is, but we're switching internet provider at the end of the week. We got a good deal on one of the new fiber companies that arrived in the country when they first set their fiber down. But obviously now it's been there for a while. They're hiking up their prices a bit, so we're changing provider again. Just how it is. Just how it is. Alright, sorry, Jellu. You trying to get Totodile and Tepig? Well, I'm trying to get Totodile, Tepig, or Chikorita. It's a shiny roulette, which means the shiny will be a random one of the 3 that were in the picnic, which could be any of the Legends ZA starters. Which is the exciting part. Gambling, innit? Let's go gambling. But I'll probably pick Chikorita. Egg indeed. I'll probably pick Chikorita. Sorry, there's so many Chikorita in these. And it's consistently always been so many Chikorita. And it confuses me as to why we're constantly getting so many Chikorita. Because why is it Chikorita? Why is it always so many Chikorita? I don't understand. I don't understand why it's always Chikorita. It's only ever Chikorita. And I'm starting to think that this isn't going to be a shiny Roulette. It's going to be a shiny Chikorita hunt featured during Totodile and Tepe. Because it's always Chikorita I get. But you know what? Fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball. It's random, I promise. We don't know what the shiny's going to be. It could be anything. It could... Ignore that. It could be anything. I'm still pretty solid on Team Chikorita. Rigged... No! I'm still pretty solid on Team Chikorita for my starter in CA, I think. Because again, like... There is no way in shit that the Kalos starters aren't going to be in the game. So I'm going to want to use Fennekin. Dorsal Fin, hello, how goes it? How goes it? I hope that your week has gotten off to a good start. Alright, I'm continuing on with my shiny roulette today with Chikorita. Back on with ye old roulette. Dorsal, are you looking forward? This is actually a question to everybody, but are you guys? But I'm gonna phrase it to Dorsal specifically because she is a known gacha streamer. Dorsal does dabble in gacha streaming. But are you looking forward to Honkai Anima Nexus? Are you looking forward to Honkai Anima Nexus when it gets announced? For its announcement. Are you looking forward to its announcement? Is the question. Because the next big Hoyoverse gacha game, they made the Twitter accounts for it the other day. Which I think harbors the tide of an announcement soon. Mr. Me, hello, how goes it? I hope you've been well. Chikorita's the best star in the trio. I'm quite a big Tepig fan myself, but I do think Chikorita will be the one I choose. Will be the one I choose once I get ZA myself. Partially because I want to use Fennekin. And, but yeah, partially because I want to use Fennekin in the run in general. And also because I find water types are one of the, like, most common types in a game, right? Like, choosing the water starter is a thing I only do if I particularly like the water starter, because it rules out so many other, like, water types, right? Like, I'm probably going to try and use Mega Gyarados, because Mega Gyarados is going to be one of the most accessible Megas in the early game, I bet. Unless they actively make the Gyarados hard to get, but I doubt they'd make it too hard to get. I think Mega Gyarados could be a pretty strong contender for an early game Mega. You're not looking forward to it. Oh, I see, I see. Is there any particular reason as to why you're not, or are you just more indifferent on it? Because to give a bit more context, basically the rumored new Hoyoverse game is going to be like Pokemon. Oh, you're not! Sorry, my dyslexia bit me in the arse there. Dyslexia right into that. No, that's understandable. You're just indifferent. That's fair, that's fair. Smart to not make a choice until we know what it's about. Know what it's like. Have I dropped more frames? I don't think my drop frame count's gone up any considerable degree yet. Okay, never mind. Was that just a frame, or is it still lagging? One freeze, okay, okay. I'll keep an eye. I'll be using Chikorita because when me, my brother, and friend played the Gen 2 games, your brother and I picked Cyndaquil, and your friend picked Totodile, they wanted you to pick Chikorita. Oh, I see, I see. So that you've trauma bonded to it. What's it called? Hope Meganium and the others get a Mega, which is their 100% chance they're going to get it. I think they could also get a regional variant. I think the odds of a regional variant for Feraligatr, Emboar, and Meganium isn't 0, given that they might not want to give Meganium Feraligatr Megas when Typhlosion got a regional form instead. Or both. Both is potentially on the table. I think I chose Water the most and Fire least. That's fair. I'm not sure if I've got any specific type I've chosen more than any other. Like, the only fire types I chose is Scorbunny and a shiny Torchic you got in 7. A shiny Torchic you got in Gen 7. Is that what you're saying? What was the reason Pokemon sued Palworld again? It was a patent on Pokeballs, basically. It was a patent on sending out monsters in a ball. Which, as much as I don't like Palworld, as much as I don't like Palworld, I think patents are kind of shitty. Yes, they can do the same thing for MiHoYo. It depends if they do the ball thing. Oh, I'm dropping more frames. Why has this happened recently? It has been a lot worse as of late. And I'm trying to figure out why. Am I still on YouTube? YouTube? Is YouTube still fine? YouTube, am I dropping frames? I think I'm gonna have to stop on Twitch and restart. But that shouldn't affect YouTube at all, really. Yeah, no, I'm still fine on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, so YouTube's fine. This is a Twitch exclusive issue. Maybe there's just an issue with Twitch, with me and Twitch. The stream just reset. Yeah, no, I reset it myself. The stream reset because I reset it. I don't know if that's actually going to fix things, but it sometimes does. So that's exactly what I've done. Seems fine now. Well, to be fair, I did just restart it. Let's me when I reset the thing, it resets. Oh! But the thing that shocks me is YouTube's chilling. Why is YouTube chilling but Twitch being the one that shits itself? Like, that's the big question I can't help but ask myself. Is why is it one but not the other? Alright, I'll keep an eye. I've got my counter right next to the, like, frame count. So if it starts getting bad again, then I will be able to just see it immediately. I'll hopefully be able to see it quickly. You're on YouTube now for the lack of frame drops I see. I see. But yeah, no, it's weird that it's not, like, the fact that it happened on Streamlabs the other day says it might not just be a thing to do with OBS, which is what concerns me. Because I was always kind of under the impression that, on my end, I closed Twitch, reopened it, you move and stop, did that 3 times. I guess you reset now. Yeah, not sure what you can do with that info. No, yeah, that's generally how that goes. Is it will just play the last few seconds of stream before the lag started, and then it'll freeze when you try and reopen that. That's the general event. Finn, have you had much issue with yours? With your streams lately on Twitch? I'm trying to think if I have seen any I don't know if she's still here, if the lag... No, I don't think so. Just my cross to bear, I see. Granted, it was a different last few seconds each time. Oh, that is peculiar. Yeah, no, I'm not really sure what to do about it, is the thing. What's your bit of info, Mango? Yeah, I think the YouTube stream is slightly worse quality. Maybe. I feel like it generally often is. I tried to... Yeah, so... I don't know if... Maybe it's easier to handle. Oh, I see. Because YouTube should be 720p. Is Twitch 1080? Because if Twitch is 1080, both are 720p. Then why is YouTube lower quality? Is it bitrate? What bitrate are you at? No, this is literally just... It should be the exact same. There shouldn't be any difference. Are you seeing things? I mean, I'm not gonna go with that immediately, right? Like, I doubt that that is the most likely answer. I feel like there might be a difference. Maybe there's some kind of difference in how they process. But it's still confusing that it runs YouTube fine and Twitch not. Oh? Were you just not set to 720p on YouTube, Mango? Was that it? Your YouTube tab just died. Well, it says stream is healthy. Is everyone else over on YouTube fine? You moved the window. Okay. And now it's fucked. Okay, cool. So, yeah, no, you just fucked it up. Bizarre. You got to go. Fair enough, Brugger. I hope you have a great rest of your day. How peculiar. How peculiar. Anyway, where was I? Where was I? Enough lag discussion. Oh my god. I saw a hedgehog last night. I saw a hedgehog last night. Isn't that fucking awesome? Why are we owing? Why are we owing? Hedgehog. Since you reopened the YouTube stream. Where? Hedgehog, Hedgie. Why is Hedgehog an O? I thought it'd be like an O. Oh, I was echoing, so I confused you. I see. Panicked me. Sonic's all you can think of. Sonic is a hedgehog, I'll give you that. No, you still are. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, excited. Right, thank you. Sounds a bit funny, innit? Anyway, back to the hedgehog. Gotta go fast. Gotta go. He was not going fast. He was going quite slow, really. I think it was mostly because he was shit scared. Basically, right? Basically, we've got a little alleyway, little crevice around the side of our house where we keep the bins. Then there is obviously a gate there to keep ne'er-do-wells out of our garden. So we keep the bins inside the garden. So I went out to put my bin in the bin, to put my personal bin stuff in the bin, as I try to tend to do about once a fortnight. The wrong fortnight, the black bin is taken out next week, not this week. I'm not sure that protection works too well, as you can still access the garden. Mango, you are in my walls. I think that you are a different case in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, no, I was going round the round to throw my bin in the bin. And up against the gate, I saw a silhouette, right? I saw a silhouette of a creature that kind of like scuttled away into like the shadows. Now, obviously, my first thought is, oh my god, that wasn't a fucking rat, was it? Because if it was a rat, well, that would have been bad. Because that was a pretty fucking big creature, right? A rat that big in our neighborhood would have been quite concerning. Rats have been in our neighborhood when we used to have chickens. Obviously, they used to eat our chicken feed, which wasn't great. But rats in the neighborhood is generally something we don't want. That we'd rather not have. But, so I went to get a torch just to check, just to see what it was. I figured it had probably escaped because there's a gap in the fence the cat likes to go through to get into the neighbor's garden. So I assumed it was going to go through there. So torch, get torch, shine it on silhouette, and bada bing, bada boom. What is it? It's a fucking hedgehog. It's a fucking hedgehog right there. Spiny little fella. It was very cute. It didn't look at me. I think it was because it was piss scared. Because I would be too if a giant thing shone a bright light at me. Gonna be honest, that would absolutely terrify the bejesus out of me. So I cannot slate the hedgehog for being afraid of that. But I'll then left him be. I did not bother him for much longer. Because I didn't want to give him a heart attack or some shit. I don't know how fragile hedgehogs are, right? Because I know, like, some animals, if you, like, spook them too much, they croak it. It's just how it is. Real. So yeah. But it was exciting to see all the same. I might look into getting, like, it... When there are hedgehogs in your neighborhood, it's a good idea to get, like, hedgehog houses and stuff, right? That's, like, a good plan, isn't it? To get a little hedgehog infrastructure. To help care for the hedgehog. Because I'm pretty sure that is generally the good thing to do when you have a hedgehog around. Or a couple, if there are hedgehogs in the neighborhood. Where do they sell hedgehog houses? Probably, like, Amazon. If not, I could just pop on down to, like, a garden shop. I feel like garden shops in general would probably sell a hedgehog house. Although, then again, with how the housing market is at the moment... it might be hard to, It might be hard to. But, hedgehogs are awesome. I love hedgehogs. They're like... It's funny because... Sorry, I'm like bouncing all over the place in this sentence. Where did that go? Sorry, I've misplaced my fidget toy and I'm realizing that I've misplaced it now because I'm starting to fiddle with random things on my desk. I might look for that when I go for my Streamly Piss. I'm pretty sure this also extends to Europe, but I can say for certain about the UK. Why does the UK have all the friendly rodents, and then America have all the horrifying ones? Because, like, even when you... What does America have? If you look at, like, American badgers are, like, rabid, feral beasts. I think my local rodents are friendly. What are your local rodents been? I'm interested for elaboration here. Because, like... In England, right? In England, it's like, okay, we got fucking... Do we still have stoats? I hope we do. I think we do. We have hedgehogs, we have badgers, the regular gentlemanly kind. Squirrels? Yeah, but you guys have the grey squirrels, which then killed all the red squirrels over here. So, like, the grey squirrels, I feel like, are morally evil. They look fine and kind, but, like, really, they are maybe, like, some of the most morally reprehensible creatures on the planet when you think about it. And we have them now, but that's America's fault. It's not. It's not. You thought they're cute. No, squirrels are cute. But, Man, did they fuck it over for red squirrels. They remind you of your bird. I'm not sure that those are quite... You know what? I won't question your vision. I won't question your vision. Anyway, I know people love possums and raccoons. You fed a squirrel once? Is that where, like, is that where the bird similarity comes in? Is how you fed a squirrel once, kind of like how you feed your bird? He was very polite and accepted the French fry with cuteness. I see. Just a side fact. Understandable. Just a little fun dorsal fact. Once she fed a bird. No, a squirrel. Almost Cahir. But you know, like back onto the point I was making, because this is going to be controversial. Raccoons, possums, cute. They're cute. Don't get me wrong, right? I'm not slating them in any real degree. However, possums are cute in a very feral way. Like, the way they fucking, like, open their mouth fucking 90 degrees wide. As if they're in a constant state of going, like... You know? Like, whenever I see a possum with its mouth wide, it's like, in my head, it's going, like... You know? It's very, like, creaturous. You know? And, like, it's very charming of them, I think. It's an adorable trait. You're right. But the point I'm making is it's a bit, like, it's a bit feral. It's a bit alarming. Whereas, I don't think any British rodents behave like that. Most British rodents, I think... you could take for a cup of tea. Most British rodents, you could, like, go out for a cup of tea with them. I think... And maybe it's just because of the type of people that are attracted to possums. That's not the word I want to use, but you know what I mean. The kind of people who like possums, you'd probably more expect to go and smoke weed with. And maybe that's making me think of possums in that way too. But I don't think you take a possum for a cup of tea. I think you'd smoke a blunt with it. You know? Raccoons. I'm still not convinced they're real. Raccoons? Blunts can be classy. Blunts? We'll circle back on that one, maybe. Can confirm I have seen a raccoon before. Yes, but you are American. Which means you would be in on the conspiracy theory that raccoons are real. Because you are telling me that there is a little creature that wears a little mask, that has a little mask etched into its fur, that has little grabby hands, and goes through, like, garbage bins. That exists? No, it doesn't. You're having me on. If I wrote a fantasy world and put that kind of creature in it, people would be like, oh, no, this fits in right in with this whimsical fantasy world. This is whimsical fantasy to a T. That is a mythological creature right there. That's not an animal. One day an American brought up a raccoon in front of someone from North America, and they were like, is that real? And then the American had the bright idea of, wait, we can gaslight the world now. And then they've been doing it. Then they've been doing it successfully. I think any video of a raccoon made before, like, 2022, small dog. Any video after, AI. Or before, if not small dog, child in a costume. That video of the raccoon, like, sitting at the birthday table, child in a costume. That's not an animal. That's not. You can't convince me that is a real thing that lives on this earth. Okay, I'm sending a raccoon to your house. Have you ever seen a raccoon? Outside of videos, no. Which I think is quite an obvious point, given I'm accusing them of being fake. I think if I'd seen a real-life raccoon with my own two eyes, I wouldn't be so adamant that they're a conspiracy. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. Like, it's just too much. Little grabby-handed rodent creature that ruffles through bins. I'm on board. Until it looks like that. Until it looks like that. It's just a little, like, stereotypical burglar. Rats have very little grabby hands. Exactly! Exactly. Rats have little grabby hands. They're not the size of a baby, though. Raccoons have this weird thing where They're the size of a baby. Big rat. Okay. No, actually, I'm going to call you on this. You show me a rat the size of a small baby, and I'll change my mind. In fact, not the size of a small baby. Raccoons aren't the size of small babies. They're the size of regular babies. If you show me a rat the size of a baby, I will backpedal. But you've got to show me a rat the size of a baby. Rats do not get that big. Rats can be big, do not get me wrong. There are big rats. But I do not believe that there is a rat the size of a baby. There's a rat the size of a baby. That didn't exist naturally. There's human intervention in that. There's human intervention. We bred wolves into chihuahuas. We could probably breed a rat to the size of a small baby. I don't know why I keep on saying small baby. I just mean regular baby. We could probably breed rats until we have one the size of a baby. I do believe that we could probably do that to a rat if we tried hard enough. But I don't think that naturally occurs in nature. Which, once again, like that, because raccoons are they're out in the world. Those are wild animals. Those aren't a captive bred. That's not a captive bred beast, right? Like, chihuahuas exist because someone saw a wolf and was like, I'm gonna fuck that thing up beyond repair until it can fit in a purse. And they did that. Raccoons, unless there's some law that I'm missing here, where they're actually just like pigeons, and in the early 1900s, raccoons were bred to steal things from people's houses before they were all just released into the wild once the iPhone was invented. Then maybe I'll come around on it. Wait, who told you that? Okay, who told me which bit? Which 11, 12, which bit? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Are you, as in did someone breed raccoons specifically to steal things from people's houses before they were all released when the iPhone was invented? Is that the bit you're pulling me up on? Mango, are you about to reveal that you specifically bred raccoons to look like that to steal things from people's houses back in the early 1900s, but then released them all into the wild once the iPhone was invented? Is that what you're telling me? Pigeons fuck me up, man. Like, we bred those guys to be our buddies, and then one day we were like, no, I've got this brick of plastic and it does your job better now. To the wild with you, and now they lurk around our cities, eating the things we drop. Eating the things we drop, and everyone considers them a pest. Even though, like 100 years ago, pigeons were our buddies. Pigeons were our friends. We would chill with pigeons. Do you know that pigeons can recognize themselves in mirrors? Most dogs can't do that. Now, why would I ever make raccoons by genetic modification in the early 1900s before the iPhone was invented? Hypothetically, the trash eating is just a thing they did. Could you not get them to stop doing that? Was that not a thing you could breed out of them? Kind of like How they never bred out dogs eating fox shit. Big pigeon energy. Are you saying I'm big pigeon like big farmer? Or are you saying that there's a big pigeon? Hey, raccoon's gonna I guess they are. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. No. Both? Fair enough. But yeah, no, pigeons fuck me up. I see like a pigeon and I'm like, oh man. Like the other day I saw them all huddled by a Greg's and it was like, yeah, man. Yeah. I agree. Do you believe in the pigeon conspiracies? Okay. Which one? Which pigeon conspiracy are we talking about here? Is my question. Just any. Well, the main one that comes to mind is, have you ever seen a baby pigeon? Most people haven't. So they just occur like that. Rob's at 80k. Blimey. Blimey. That's quite a few. If I do say so myself. Together we're very close, so... Am I gonna have to start calling the CEO of Starbucks to get some union busters up in here? I might have to. But I guess the other pigeon conspiracy is just birds aren't real, which isn't a pigeon-specific conspiracy. That's just a bird conspiracy. One of the longest conversations I had with a woman on a dating app was about birds not being real. I think it was like OkCupid, and like one of the little like quirky little prompts was, "What's your favorite conspiracy?" To which I said birds aren't real. And one lass who I matched with actually started the conversation with like, "Okay, I'll bite. Birds aren't real." And that was when I learned that I'm really bad at talking over text. I'm not good. I'm not good at talking over text. If two people claim the big redeem at the same time, would it just be twice the length, or would we get more enthusiastic? I'd say twice the length. You know, two people have ordered 15 minutes, so it would be half an hour. Which... I think I do it enthusiastically enough. I say it like it's happened more than once, but it hasn't. Oh wow, I got too many there. Oh wait, no, I knew that. I knew I got too many. I knew I got too many. It was very funny pressing it. I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. Yeah, why on earth did I think that I wasn't going to get to 4? 95 today. I think I've got 495 in the bag. I might end a bit early today. Basically, we've got a family friend over. And he is going out early in the morning. So it might be kinda if I end earlier, so I don't keep him up with my live streaming. But now I've done it, I crave to click again. That is called an addiction. Are you loud? I'm not loud when I'm shiny hunting. But if I get the shiny, I might yell. And I can laugh quite loud sometimes. Generally at my own jokes, but sometimes at other people's. Additionally, I'm a nighttime showerer. I shower at night. So... And shower water makes a noise. I might reconfigure channel point costs at some point. Maybe. Because I am aware that, what's it called? I now stream less on each channel. Maybe I'll deliberately make the Genshin ones cheaper at first, specifically because it's new. So we can get some of the funnier events a bit quicker. I always find it peculiar when people have an end stream redeem. Like, I've never really gotten end the stream redeems. Cause, like, then you have to end the stream. And that kind of sucks ass. Like, I would be genuinely upset if I had an end the stream redeem and someone pressed it. Like, I'm contemplating what channel point redeems I'm gonna get on CahirLIVE. Like, obviously, do a 10 pull. I think. What does that even mean? So, obviously, Twitch channel points. If someone had enough, they could pay me in channel points, not in actual money, to make the stream end. Which... I don't know, I wouldn't want to do that. I stream because I enjoy it. Bit rude indeed. Exactly, I like... To be fair, these are people who have them there as an option. There are people who have those... I've been going around in circles with a full fucking... Yeah, to be fair, like... people having it as an option there. So it was always going to, like, be a thing that could happen. But, like, I don't know, it just seems like a silly one to have to me. Because, like, I stream because I enjoy it. I'm not going to want to just end it. Don't those cost money? No, because I don't really spend much money on Genshin. I don't think I've ever spent any money on Genshin. Rob spent money on my Genshin. But... my bigger issue is, right? My bigger issue is... I think this one was on your end, but stream froze for a second. It doesn't say I've dropped any frames on OBS. Okay, it might have been a fin freeze. Thank you for keeping me updated all the same, though. That was very handy. But, oh, again. What was I saying? No, yeah, the issue is, right, some people in Genshin just do a pull exactly when they have one available, right? SFA isn't here, so I'm not going to call him out. You know, I think it'd be unfair to call out SFA when he isn't even here to defend himself. So I won't call out SFA. I, however, like to save. I, however, like to hoard my primos until a character comes along that I actually want to get. Now, lately that's been a pretty common event, I'll be honest. There have been a lot of characters I have actually wanted to get as of late, which is nice and useful. Which is nice because it means I've been growing my account, but it's kind of annoying resource-wise. It's easier when there are less characters you want because you can actually focus on the characters you have. But when you want to get a bunch of new characters, you need to prepare for the new characters rather than focusing on the characters that you've already pulled. But that's not my point. What my point is if I get lucky and actually get the 5-star, that could be all of my saving out the window. Like, there was that one time on stream that I did a temple and got a 5-star. And it was like a random temple, and I got the 5-star really quickly. But, like, what if I was a hyper... Like, it seems like a bad idea. But I also wonder if it'd be funny to have anyway. Maybe I save my standard pulls instead of using them immediately, and then make a channel point redeem for a standard banner 5-star that I only enable when I actually have enough fates. Not standard banner 5-star, standard banner pull. Anyway, I'll think about this on the Genshin stream, not now. But channel point redeems are a funky thing. Definitely one of the benefits of Twitch over YouTube. I'm happy I got Mix It Up. I think the question becomes if I'm going to... I don't know. So, I like how YouTube auto-archives VODs. I have a full team. I've been getting way into what I'm saying. Which isn't necessarily a problem, but means I'm fucking not hatching the eggs I need to be hatching. What was I saying? YouTube's, I think, biggest example is a permanent archiving of VODs. VODs just getting automatically archived forever, really useful. Because I can go back to any one of my Pokemon Scarlet and Violet streams and watch them again. If I'm thinking about how I reacted to the Professor Churro battle, I can go and watch that right fucking now. I could do a live reaction to my Professor Churro. I mean, yeah, you get my point, right? There was so much fun stuff that happened in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Legends Arceus that I can't go back to. Like, one of the goats in my Brilliant Diamond team was a Rampardos I named Humongousaur. Because I went with a Ben 10 naming scheme for that game. I don't do naming schemes anymore. I used to do naming schemes often, but I don't do naming schemes anymore. But what was it called? Yeah, the Humongous of the Rampardos was the absolute GOAT, right? And I gained a lot of respect for Rampardos. Because of that. But All of that's gone now. I could never go back and watch the clip of Humongous Other and Patterrz taking out Dialga. That's not on the table. I can't go back and watch the, like, genuine, like, 3 or 4 hours I spent desperately searching for a Krogunk in the underground. That's gone. I won't see the first time I saw Volo send out Giratina. I can't remember if I got spoiled on that or not anymore. I might have. I might have been spoiled on that and knew it was coming. But maybe I wasn't. Maybe I didn't know. But I don't know because I can't go back to the VOD. Why stop? That is a good question. On one hand, I do still quite like naming schemes for, like, Pokemon games. Playing Pokemon games. I think it's fun. I think it's nice to have a team that will have, like, a nickname with, like, a unifying factor. I think it's cute. I think it's cool. The issue is I tend to open up naming to you guys in chat. I like to offer the people watching an opportunity to name the Pokemon. Often what I found was every fucking time I had to re-explain the naming scheme. Every time I had to go from the top about, like, the naming scheme, because, like, there'd be new people who just weren't there for it. Or maybe people would just forget and suggest, like, John. And I realized that it'd just be easier to tell people to just give me a name. I guess I could put a little thing on screen that's like, naming scheme for this run is, but it's just easier to be like, what should I name this Pokemon, and then choose the best answer. Would you do another Egglock? Maybe. Maybe at some point. I do think it would be fun. And, I think it definitely would be cool to do again one day. But, obviously it depends on how I progress in how my streaming goes. Froakie Gamer 12, hello, how goes it? I hope that your week has gotten off to a good start. I'm doing a shiny roulette today, where basically I get 3 Pokemon in a picnic with a Ditto, which means that every egg is random. I don't know what each egg is going to be. And today, the 3 random Pokemon are the Pokemon Legends ZA starters. Because I think it'd be nice to have 1, maybe 2 of the shinies before the game's launch. So of course that is Totodile, Tepig, and Chikorita. It's a lot of fun making those cool guides. It was very fun seeing what you guys submitted for the Egglog, to be fair. I did very much enjoy it and enjoy... I did enjoy it, except when I got swept by Archie's Kyogre. I did not enjoy getting swept by Archie's Kyogre. That was not a fun part. That was not a fun part at all. Still only got Chikorita. As in, am I still only getting Chikorita? Because no, I think it's balanced out a bit now. But the one shiny I've gotten so far is... I forgot this guy's name is Dog. Can't remember why we named this guy Dog. But this is Dog the Greninja, and that's the only shiny we've gotten so far. I have not gotten a shiny of Tepig, Totodile, or Chikorita ever. This would be my first one of each. But we'll see which one we do get first. Because after I finish this round of the Shiny Roulette, I think I'm going to do 4 Pokemon where I get the 2 losers and the 2 losers of the Kalos ones, and then do another round or 2. I don't want to do too many, just because I'm aware that Legends EA is going to have its own shiny hunting methods, and I'm sure there will be ways to shiny hunt the starters through those. Are you fucking shitting me? Is YouTube still happening? Is YouTube genuinely still happening? YouTube, am I still live? Am I still live on YouTube right now? Still here. Okay. The thing that's confusing me here... That's not good. Could not access specified channel or stream key. Please double check your stream key. It's correct, there may be a problem connecting to the server. I'm not going to stop streaming on YouTube. If this stops working, okay. Am I back? Oh damn, yours is like very dead. The thing that's confusing me is that YouTube's chilling. The thing that's confusing me about it is YouTube is sitting through this travesty with like a little smile on its face. I'm starting to wonder how much of a Twitch issue this might be. Because, like, YouTube seems to be doing fine. Right? Like, I saw that there might have been a quality drop on the tubes, but overall it seems to be chilling. Works perfectly. How confusing. And again, maybe it's because I haven't updated my OBS in a while. I'll check if there's a new version of the plugin that I'm using, because that's my main worry. You finished your Red Bull? No, why'd you do that? I'm still kind of mad how confusing that Red Bull rebrand was. Because, like, okay, OG flavor Red Bull's still in the same can. Alright, that makes sense. But why have we got the new flavors in an entirely different can? Why are the new Red Bull flavors in just something else entirely? What's up with that? Am I the only one who thinks that doesn't make any sense at all? Yes. Okay. Well, I will sit comfortable in the fact that I'm correct. That I'm entirely right in this situation. And not wrong at all. Kaguba, you can call me any of the names you wish, but you know that I'm correct. You know that I am in the right here, and you are in the wrong. Cacapple, okay. I think we're getting a bit too far now. I think you're going a bit too hard. You know? Oh, it's Craggy Coast, I see. Let's smell like that. Alright. I was going to talk about that one Minecraft YouTuber, but I'm not going to give him attention, so it's fine. Because that's all he did it for, is for attention. I think it's clear at this point. He's just mad that he's not the center of attention these days. So he felt he had to do a big thing to get eyes back on him, and it genuinely didn't put any eyes on him again. Like, I saw, like, 5 tweets taking the piss out of him, and that was it. I genuinely don't know who you're talking about. That's probably good. The D word. You know, you're making me curious. I shouldn't have said anything, because, again, it's an attention grab. That's all it is. It's just kind of funny to see. What else is happening? Oh yeah, the 100 men versus a gorilla debate. I think they'd have a chance. I think they'd have a chance. I just do. I get it. I get how strong gorillas are, right? But if we're taking 100 random men... 100... Like, okay. Now, if we're talking 100 men one at a time... Like, if the gorilla has to go through a gauntlet of 100 men... In fact, no, even then, I don't think the gorilla has enough stamina for that. I think a gorilla could rip a man in half. Would I fight a gorilla alone? No. No, I'd never do that. I'm not an idiot. But 100 people. That's quite a lot. And I get it. Gorillas are strong. Power scaling in real life. Who doesn't love a good bit of real life power scaling? That's power scaling in real life. I think that's... Exactly. Exactly. I do. I do think that's doable. I think the 100 men would have the strength to pick it up and bash it into the ground until it dies. Exactly. Exactly. Right on the money. But no, like... I saw someone post one video, and it was exactly my thought. And it's the video of that giant Asian hornet attacking a beehive. And the bees have realized, the bees have developed a defense mechanism against giant Asian hornets, where they, like, all climb over the hornet and then vibrate really quickly and fucking cook it. They cook the hornet in, like, with their bodies. Which is insane. I thought that was a myth. To Google! To the internet! I'm going to Google that real quick. Bees... It is 100% true. You know what? I believe Mango. I'm not going to Google it. I believe content Mango. Partially because it reinforces my worldview. I've seen videos of it. I don't know why I doubted it. Because there's literal videos online of bees climbing over a hornet and fucking killing it by vibrating their bodies. I saw it in some school stuff. And I didn't believe it because it seemed weird. No, it's genuine and real. I'm going to be honest, I just like how sharp it is. Well, you doubt videos of raccoons. Moving on. I like the video of the beekeeper protecting his hive by smacking hornets out of the air. I really like the one where he fucking just cuts it in half. Where it's hovering in one place and you just snip. That one always makes me chuckle. And obviously the frying pan. The frying pan's another iconic one because of the thunk. I think it's all in the same video. I think it is, yeah, but... Like, yeah, no, like, and that's why I think the 100 men could beat the gorilla. Because I think they could swarm the gorilla. And, no, to be honest, I just don't, like, do gorillas have that much stamina? Do they have enough stamina to fight 100 people? Because even if it is a gauntlet 1 by 1, would the gorilla genuinely have enough energy to fight 100 separate people? 100 men will flap their hands so fast it will cook the gorilla. Exactly. Jellu's got it. Jellu understands. Yeah, no, I think the guys win definitely if they get prep time. Okay, now I'm feeling bad for the gorilla. I might cry. Oh no, Finn! What if I tell you the gorilla is evil? What if it's an evil gorilla? We found the most evil gorilla in the world, and now we're sending 100 men to kill it. I don't know why that makes me fucking laugh so much. What makes an animal evil? Evil juice, that's it. That's scary, it is. The gorilla invented cancer. And that's pretty evil. That's pretty evil. To be fair, I think that might give the 100 men. Well, they might feel bad it did that. It is full of apathy. It doesn't even care. This gorilla invented cancer and it doesn't even give a shit. It's that evil. Maybe we should try to rehabilitate it into society. Is there a line, Finn? Just out of curiosity. Is there something this gorilla could do that would make you think, no? No, I don't think this guy should be rehabilitated. Like, is there a line? It seems like it's in a rough place. Interesting. Do you think in the Pokemon world the conversation would be about Rillaboom, or do you think it'd be about, like, Ember or something? I'm not sure there's a clear line, but there is a point where you would turn around and say this person cannot be rehabilitated. Like, there is someone... You're not sure. Interesting, interesting. Love a good bit of philosophy. Love a good bit of philosophy. Ah! Okay, I'm back. Okay, I've returned. Sorry about that. You know how it is when I entirely fucking zone out. You know how it is when I entirely clock out of what's going on in my head. I'm gonna go to the toilet quickly. I will be right back. But once I am back, I'll have my fidget toy. And that'll be pretty good. Piss GG indeed, we are back. Back again. Tell your wives, tell your friends. Let's see how many eggs we got. So, I found I found my lost fidget toy. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I found the fidget toy that I lost right next to my keys, funnily enough. I hadn't lost my keys, but it was with them all the same. And yeah. Oh man? Oh man? Why are we all manning? What's up with the all man? Yeah, no. Hopefully that'll lock me in a bit. I may have been trying to find it for you. Not. Oh, wait, my fidget toy. This is genuinely one of the most go-to things I've ever gotten. It's a ring that spins. Did anyone else get a freeze? I have not dropped any frames. Don't think so. My bitrate seems to have been stable for the last 10 minutes or so. So we might be chilling. We might be chilling. Okay, I must have too many tabs open. Understandable. Have a nice tab. No, it's fair, because you might need those. It's funny, because on my computer, I'm good with tabs. Right? On my computer, fine with tabs. I do not have too many tabs open at any one time. I close them, I'm fine. My mobile phone... Hundreds. Hundreds. Hundreds on that bugger. Why you aiming, Mango? I have like 20 up right now. Oh no. I'm filling out a study guide and my online textbook is taking up so much of my computer's energy. Oh no. That is not good. Have you printed out every page at the public library? You're maxing out your phone's tabs constantly. That is fair. I've not maxed out my phone's tabs. I don't know if it has a max. But I definitely have a few tabs open from 2 or so years ago. God, no. Which... Yeah. Your phone can only have 500 tabs open, and you're maxing that out? I probably don't have more than, like, 80, I think. I think that's probably around the total I have. Is maybe 80-ish. Let's get a tab check. You have, like, 4. Okay, so you're more of a computer guy. What was I at? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay. Almost at the next batch, which means we will be getting to 510 today, which means... You know what? 497? 497 might be the shiny number. Which is coincidentally how many tabs DorsalFin1 has open on her phone. At about 20 apps open. Apps? You just have 20 apps open? Do you not close your apps after you use them? I'm... And 6 tabs. Okay, interesting. So the phone tabs, that's reasonable. That's normal person behavior. 20 tabs, 20 apps. 20 apps open. I accidentally closed the apps. I like instantly close it. I go off an app, I close it immediately. I do not faff around. I get that shit closed. Opening them up actually drains more battery. Huh. I feel like I keep my phone charged. Huh. Phones are used to having them on standby. You got 40 apps open right now? Maybe I should not close them. I don't know, I do keep my phone on. Is it actually bad for your phone to charge it too much? Is that actually a bad thing to do to your phone? Because I feel like I hear often that you shouldn't... Yes. Interesting. Interesting. Why? No, adjusts your charging habits. Okay, so it's... Are you saying that as in it's not a bad thing? It's smart, isn't it? Wait, so should I not charge my phone? I'd have to charge it when streaming, otherwise it would definitely run out during stream. My phone would very much run out of battery if I tried to. Man, we really got the exact same amount of eggs as we did last time. Right, yeah, I forgot about that. Chat, should I never charge my phone again? Alright, we'll do maybe 2 more batches, this one included. Okay, we'll do 1 or 2 more batches, not this one included. That's what I'll say. Because my thought's simple here. What is my thought that I'm trying to get out? It'll be about 10 by then. Which will be when I end. I really like the houses here in Musui. Musui Town? This place here has nice houses, is what I'm trying to say. I'm looking forward to seeing what Gen 10 might do with its towns. I hope that Pokemon Legends ZA helps with how its towns exist. Because I hope that Legends ZA kind of gives them a perspective on like how towns should behave and stuff. Because obviously I'm not expecting like the biggest towns in the world, right? I don't think we need big towns in Pokemon. I don't. I understand that some people would probably want them.
Wow.
True and real. I understand that some people would probably want massive sprawling towns and cities in Pokemon games, and I understand why. But I feel like ZA is maybe made to itch that itch. Still not reset. Oh, I see. That's why you're balling. To get the channel points. But what's it called? Boom. Yes, but didn't get any. Drat. Why are the Vulpix on this roof? Anyway, No, I can't climb that. Yeah, no, the houses in Missouri are quite quaint. I don't necessarily believe the issue with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's towns that you can't enter the houses. I just don't think there's much to do in them, is my take. Because what is there to do in Missouri Town? There's nothing. There's jack shit to do here. Like, I think that... Like, it's funny because they really nailed it in Legends Arceus with all the side quests and shit. Well, like, throughout Jubilife Village there were loads of side quests and shit you could get involved in to help the people in the town. Right? They nailed it in Lumiose. They nailed it in Castelia. Well, there was always so much to do in these places. Right? There's always so much to do in the towns. Minigames, people to talk to, events, items to get. I think if Scarlet and Violet lent more into that... It does try, to be fair. I think it does try. I think there is an attempt. But it's mostly done with food shops. It's mostly done with restaurants and food stalls and shops. And I really think that it would benefit more from just having, like, odd little things and stuff you can do in towns. Like, remember in Castelia, there are those 3 dancing guys, and then you fight each of them, and then they start dancing in the middle of the fountain? That was great. If this game had anything like that in, like, Mesa Goza would already feel just a bit more lifelike. Felix, hello, how goes it? I hope that your week has been going well. We are continuing our ZA hunt today, our ZA Shiny Starter hunt. We've not yet got it, but if you turn your attention to the counter, in 8, it's a number you like. Ugh. But, like, yeah, no, I think that's probably one of the biggest things. 495 might be the weakest of all the 95s, but it's still a 90. Why is 495 the weakest? Is my question. Why is that the weakest one? .295 and 495 just don't have the same aura as the others. Interesting take. Does that apply to 1,295 and 1,495 and 2,295 and stuff? Or is that only 295 and 495? But yeah, like, I think that competitive Pokemon, and I don't know, it's not, I don't like ragging on competitive Pokemon, because I understand it's a part of the franchise a lot of people enjoy. But Delibird Presence was explicitly made to help with competitive. Was explicitly made to make it so that you could start entering competitive Pokemon battles easier. And I think that's to the game's detriment. I think if there were more odd side quests you could do to get competitive items and other bullshit, other TMs and other shit. Like, imagine if there were odd side quests in this game that you could do to get TM recipes. So in fact, like, as much as Delibird Presence I think I don't like in concept still, like, I think the only way you get TM recipes is by beating gyms and by doing Team Star. But 995 is undeniably second. Oh, 595, of course, but 995 is undeniably second. Interesting. Usomm was good for random things like that. Usomm was great for random things like that. Usomm was peak for random things like that. But I'm just saying, if Pokemon leaned into that and did more shit like that in their towns and just in general over Scarlet and Violet, I think these games would feel a lot more lifelike, and I hope that they do that in the next game. But I feel like it's very much an issue caused by leaning too far into competitive competitive, because in doing that, it made a lot more sense to make these things easier to get by just doing the main story. Because it meant if you got a new copy of Scarlet specifically for competitive, you could not explore, focus the main story, and win. And then you could do all your competitive stuff. But, like, imagine if the TM for Draco Meteor was found, like, next to a house where there was an old lady standing. And she was like, "Oh, I'm on my deathbed, but I'm going to teach you the ultimate dragon move. But you have to show me a dragon type who cares about you first." So you show her a dragon type with max friendship, and she's like, "Well, you've done it. You've done the thing. Here you go. Here's Draco Meteor." That would have been peak. But where do you even get Draco Meteor from in this game? Where do you even fucking get it? Is it beating Gita? Does Gita give you Draco? Where do you get Draco Meteor in this game? I think my music just stopped. It fucking did, actually. What the hell? That just wasn't on the playlist. Pokemon Drake, Scarlet and Violet, Draco Meteor. Starfell Street. Okay, so it seems that you get it as a gift from Penny at the end of the Starfell Street storyline. So, Draco Meteor as a TM is still a big one because you get it from an important character after clearing an important thing. But what the fuck? I just realized this is 495 that we're about to hit. So, Felix, do you think it's going to be another Totodile? Do you think this is going to be a Totodile? What do you think this egg's going to be, Felix? If it's shiny or not, what's your bet on what the egg is going to be? Chikorita City. Let's find out. Let's find out. Tepig. It was another Totodile. So fucking funny. Why were there 5 Totodiles? Ditto's taste has changed. What the fuck? That was just a genuine 5 Totodiles. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. Anyway, we're about to hit 497, which is the amount of tabs Dorsal Fin 1 has open. Wall. Tree. Whoa. It's going to be the shiny? We'll find out, we'll find out. He must be ill or something, because all the taste is gone, actually. Huh? What? Alright, Dorsal Fin. Which do you think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to be the little grass guy? Do you think it's going to be the crocodile? Or do you think it's going to be the pig? All in. Hello, SFA. How goes it? I hope that your week has been going well. Oh, here we go. This is 497. I like Chikorita. I hope it's that one. Well, let's find out. Let's find out. I hope your week's been going well so far today, SFA. You were right about it being Chikorita. You were dead on the money about it being Chikorita, which is impressive. It was not shiny, though.
Hey.
Hello, SFA. Yawning. Hello, SFA. It's shiny in your heart. Real and true. Real and true. Missing Fennekin? Where? Did not mean to do that. I bet 596 because I want to be different from Felix. Wow, SFA. You're so special and unique. I'm kidding, you are. You're very special and unique, SFA. You ate that. As in, SFA ate that? $597. Oh boy. Oh boy. I guess everyone did. We're all well fed now. Yummers. I don't know why. This is making me laugh. I think I've lost it. I think I finally fucking lost it. SFA doesn't mean stand Felix area. Mango, I put 200 good boy points on this. Oh? Mango's all in? So are you telling me you want to do a channel point prediction where one is 596 and one is 597 and both of you are going to put all of your money on it? All in money is worth you because you only have 340 points. I'm pretty sure Mango would only have to match. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think Mango would have to go all in. I think Mango could just put 340 points in himself and that would be fine. Maybe I'm horribly misunderstanding poker and other gambling games. Yeah, if it was only the two of us, I'd have to match. Exactly, which means that you would stand to lose everything. Mango would stand to lose less than 1% of his net worth. But if someone else was in on the bet, then someone else could match you. And I think that's only Rob. I think Rob is the only person who could stand to match you there. No, that's maybe not fair, actually. I think maybe Felix... No, why did I say Felix there? I meant Pip. Or Finn. Finn has over 50k, doesn't she? Finn, how many channel points do you have right now? How many good boy points do you have, Finn? You have an undefined number of points. You do, exactly. 59.2. Crikey. She at least has enough for the single. But you got your channel points from combo. You have 800. Yo. Finn is a millionaire. I'm not... It's... Not sure that's accurate. You know, maybe I will do just one more after this. And what's 59 backwards? That's what I'm saying. Chikorita will be shiny. Oh. Oh. You never know. I might just get to 200k and hoard. You never know when the economy is going to take a turn What is... Wait. So you're going to get to 200k and then not spend it, is what you're saying? I will single-handedly crash the economy with gambling. The economy? The economy. Grand. That is fair enough. I'm not going to slate you not spending your channel points on making me say the cursed word for 15 minutes straight. But I also know that you do like trends. So I fear if you get there before or even just a bit after Mango.
Yahoo! Yes, give me channel points.
Oh, no, yeah, wait. No, you don't do bits often, do you? Congratulations. And by the poor, you mean... You mean you and the rich. You mean me. Yeah, Mango, you're part of the 1% of Good Boy points. You have a bit collection now. Oh, very nice. Thank you for giving me one of your bits. That is very kind of you. Yeah. What words am I looking for? Wait. I'm waiting. Oh, I'm waiting. Oh, I'm waiting. But, 1% of 334 is 3.34, is 3.34, yes. What's the... So, the top 1% is 3 people. Yes, Rob, Finn, and you, SFA, you're part of the 1%. The question is, am I among the 3 people with the most? You know Rob's above you. I think there's a chance Pip's above you. But I'm guessing it's you, Rob, and Pip. Is my general assumption. Did Y2K win? Win what? Oh, egg. The big... Alright. What is even going on? What is this? No, I guess I'm just pressing the wrong button. Does this also? Yeah, it does. Crazy. Anyway, yeah, we got 2 left. Oh, we got 1 left. We've got 1 singular egg left of this batch. And then we will get the next batch. Cahir, what's your favourite and least favourite middle stage starter? Favourite Scrottle. This is a Tepig round, what the fuck? Final Tepig? Least favourite, though. Okay, so we got Ivysaur, Wartortle, Charmeleon, we got Bayleaf, Croconaw, Quilava, we got Combusken, Marshtomp, Grovyle, we got Grottle, Primplop, Monferno, we got Pignite, Servine, and Duwot. Duwot's definitely not. I love Duwot. Ditto was just... Yeah, Ditto was just actually being fair, as it turns out. Then we got Oh, we might have a contender here, actually. We got Qualidin, Frogadier, and Braixen, and Qualidin? Quilladin? There are only 9 starters after Quilladin, after Gen 6. 7. There's no misses there. 8. Froakie's a bit plain. But I wouldn't really count it. And then 9. Quaxwell is definitely on the lower end, but I wouldn't say I hate it. Quaxwell made me worry that I was going to have to bench Quaquaval, but then I saw Quaquaval and then it was fine. Crocolaw's kind of air as well. Florigato. Yeah, Florigato is Florigato's good. I love Florigato. Definitely one of the upper echelon. I love Lico's Florigato. It's Qualidin. I think my least favorite is Qualidin. It's just not got that pleasing of a design, IMO. I feel that, yeah, no, like... I feel like all the other starters, or the mid-stage starters... If he was a real guy, he'd be really annoying. That is such an odd way of putting it, but you're low-key right. You think it's Thwacky for you? That's fair. I'm not sure I'd rank... Thwacky would probably be on the lower end for me, just because it doesn't really stand out that much to me. Thwacky is firmly in the it's alright club, you know. I don't have any strong opinion on Thwacky. Drizzile I think is funky. If Inteleon had gone more of the Drizzile route, I think Inteleon would have been peak. But it didn't do that. It didn't do that at all. So... Alright. But, I don't know, I feel like middle stages end up getting a bit of flack. I feel like a lot of people feel like middle stages end up being awkward, but I feel like that's very much in the minority, IMO. I think there are there are some middle stages that I think are better than their final stages. Like, low-key, as much as I do like Samurott, I think Duwa is better. I'm a known Pignite fan. I love Pignite, so obviously I think that's better than Emboar. Drizzile to Inteleon, I feel like, is one I've already made clear. To be fair, I think Thwacky ends up being a sore thumb in the Gala starter trio, because Thwacky's the only one that doesn't stand out in any real way from its final evolution. Because Raboot has that kind of, like, teenager in a hoodie vibe. Which I think very much makes it stand out before Cinderace becomes a proper footballer. And then Drizzile becomes like kind of like emo shut-in teenager. Whereas Inteleon's a fucking secret agent. Thwacky just kind of... You can see where Thwacky leads into Rillaboom. Like, you can see the progress there. Whereas the other two do this, like, weird curve off to the side, then back in. And it works really well for them. Raboot is another very good middle stage. But Froakie just kind of ends up being the odd one out of the group, I think. It's an interesting design ethos, because it's not one they've really ever done before. And it's not one that it's not one that got repeated in the next gen. There wasn't any real standout changes to Typhlosion, Decidueye, or Samurott that could warrant that for those guys. I think for you it'd be because it's so mid. No, that's fair. That's fair. Like, I definitely think Froakie is quite remarkable. As said, I just don't really like Hordin's design that much. Chestnut, I'm not a Chestnut hater. I know that a lot of people are Chestnut haters. I don't hate Chestnut. I think Chestnut's got a good design. To be honest, I like Froakie, but that's probably only because I don't care for the others in the line. Interesting. Not even Grookey? I like Grookey. Grookey's funky. Mid-doll stage. But, yeah, no, I feel like there are a lot of good middle stages. I don't get quite where the whole middle stage is the awkward stage comes from. There are very few Pokemon I could say actually fulfill the awkward stage, middle stage. If that gen is Scorbunny 100%, the other two 0%. Interesting, interesting. I don't know, Good Love and Oz. Was it mid-dull? Was that what you were saying? Was it mid-dull? I was thinking that you missed that, but I just assumed that you were cooking someone else. But, middle. Oh, so you weren't going mid-dull. Interesting. But yeah, I don't really think there are that many. Anyway, let's get these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I just have unusual taste anyway. Favorites are Servine and Dartrix. No, Servine and Dartrix, that's fair. I can't slate Servine and Dartrix. Those are definitely up there. I like Servine because Servine is bigger Snivy. I like Snivy's vibes. Superior is cool, but I prefer Snivy and Servine's vibes. Wait, Rob, what's your favorite then? Everyone else, feel free to opt into this question. Blazing Star Galaxy, hello, how goes it? I hope that your week has been going well so far. I'm doing a shiny roulette today where I have these 3 starters in. It's for Alligator, Mecanium, and Emboar in with a Ditto, which means the eggs I get will be random. I don't know which each one's going to be until it hatches. Which means when I get a shiny, it will be random. But we're just discussing our favourite and least favourite middle... I think someone just scored. We have been discussing our favourite and least favourite middle stage evolutions of starters. Favourite what? Middle... Yeah, middle stage evolutions of starter Pokemon. Interested to see how much of an opinion Mango has on this as our resident Pokemon master that Mango is. Mango knows everything about Pokemon, so he's going to have a very in-depth opinion here, so brace for that. But yeah, no, Grottle's definitely my number one. As I've said on many occasions, Grottle is probably the starter Pokemon I would want as a pet. No, it's probably the Pokemon I'd want as a pet. I think Turtwig and then Grottle. I'd want a Turtwig that I'd evolve into Grottle, and then maybe if I ever got to a big enough house, I'd evolve into Torterra. But I'd just keep it as a Grottle, I think. At least it's Crocolore or Croconaw. But I don't know anything against that animal, but you don't know. Interesting, because there's both the crocodiles. I get Crocolore. I think the anime very much raises Crocolore in my opinion, though. Just because of Roy. Just because of Roy and his... because of his Fuecoco and Crocodile. Yeah, I think I'll like it more when I get there. No, that's fair, that's fair. Wait, what was I on? Was I on like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's just so many. To be fair, there is 81. I'll give you that, Content Mango. You've dodged the question very well. My middle fave is, I think, Torracat from Gen 7. Torracat is a very nice one, to be fair. I think Gen 7, just in general, lands with its starter Pokemon. I know a lot of people don't like Brionne, but I've always been a Brionne fan. I've always liked Brionne. I like its lore in a way that I don't like its lore, and it's kind of sad. Fuecoco's adorable. Fuecoco is great. I do love Fuecoco. I think Fuecoco is probably my favorite of that evolutionary line. Obviously, I beat Pokemon Violet with just Fuecoco as one of my first series after Scarlet and Violet released. Then fucking AlphaRad did it with Spirit Cheeto and Protein showing me up, whereas I did it all. I did it all. I even used Ditto to do Team Star. I went all the way to Churro. Such an icon. Brionne and Primarina hate is not valid at all. Exactly, exactly. If someone hates Primarina, red flag. Red flag. Simple as. I respect people's opinions until you hate upon a queen. Exactly, exactly. And I also have a hard time picking favorites than anything. That is also fair. You've masterfully dodged this, Mango. You've masterfully dodged this. There's only one Pokemon you hate. Yawn. Oh yeah, what is it? Everyone, what's your favorite Pokemon? Of all the Pokemon in the world, that would be Krogunk. Big Krogunk fan, really. Love a good Krogunk. I think the anime definitely helped Krogunk for me as well. What is it, Mango? Aren't you going to answer? Not many will agree with you, but you go Quilava? No, Quilava goes hard. I like Quilava. I'm guessing you mean that as, like, middle stage. Your favorite Pokemon ever is Greninja? Greninja is very cool, to be fair. I love a good Greninja. Okay, so that's... Oh, wait, no, I think I already did 10, didn't I? No, this is 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. In fact... I did the Kalos starters initially. Fuck. Come on. Load quicker. I did the Kalos starters initially, and then they announced the ZA starters during that hunt. So I actually switched to these guys, but that was after I got a shiny Greninja. My first shiny Greninja, which is pretty exciting. Okay, there are actually only 8 Pokemon left. I'm at 22. Your least favorite Pokemon has to be Egg. Why? What did Egg do to you? I think it's your only starter that I adore all 3 stages. That's fair, that's fair. I think there are a few that I do. I do like Cortera's 3 stages. I like Primarina's 3 stages. Bulbasaur's are alright. I'm not as big on Venusaur. Squirtle's 3 stages go pretty hard, to be fair. Yeah, I think there are quite a few Pokemon I like all 3 stages of. Again, like, I think, Gen 7, I think Alola hits on everyone. Litten, Rowlet, and, Litten, Rowlet, and Popplio all go very hard. What's everyone's favourite shiny Pokemon? Gengar. I just think the colour palette really suits the shiny. Gail, what's your opinion on Egg? Egg is good. I love a good Eggy soldier. Shiny Love Disc is kind of nice. That is fair, it is yellow. Shiny Love Disc is a nice yellow, isn't it? I can see where you're coming from on that one. $23... What the fuck? I'm sure Shiny Chikorita is very nice. Shiny Chikorita is orange. It's not that vivid of an orange. It's kind of like autumn leaves. Which I think goes hard. I love grass-type Pokemon that are green that have autumn colors as their shiny. When a grass-type Pokemon has autumn colors as their shiny, that's peak. I love to see it. Always good stuff, really. Always good stuff. And Chikorita follows that trend. What are you even petting there? Is that Pepe? No, it's a shrimp? Without going legendary is Umbreon. Interesting. Wait, what's legendary then? What's your favorite? What legendary is your favorite shiny? Is it Rayquaza? I feel like Rayquaza is like the classic. Or was it shiny Espeon? You think the shiny is underrated even though it shouldn't? I think people get a bit tired of green shinies, but I think Espeon's is a good one. It's a good green. I like Espeon shiny. I'm not gonna slate green. I'm not sure if you can tell. Green is not gonna be a color I slate. Yours is Mainchar and Lilligant and Haxorus and favorite legendary, and maybe also shiny legend if it's different. Oh shit, favorite legendary. Probably Dialga still, honestly. And shiny Dialga. It's not a big difference one, but it's still a cool one. Because it's a better blue. Although, to be fair, actually, maybe it is Duskwing... No, Duskmane Necrozma. Because I like Solgaleo's design a lot, but I think Necrozma looks really cool on it. Got a new one recently, but the old one was Giratina. And what's the new one? Koraidon. Oh, no, to be fair, Koraidon does have a 6 shiny. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Is it shiny Rayquaza for the best shiny? Or Lunala from Pokemon Moon? Lunala, I do like Lunalas. Solgaleo just looks a bit sunburned. As much as I like Solgaleo, its shiny just... Which I guess makes sense. I can see why they'd make it sunburnt, given that it's the sun. So I get where they're coming from on it, but Lunala's just looks cool. But I think, shit, man, I'm yawning. I think that, I think that Necrozma makes the shinies better. Or at least Solgaleo. But I'm not that big of a fan of Dawnwings. Necrozma fits better on Solgaleo than it does Lunala. Checking show right now. Where is it? Oh, it might be like down here actually. Yeah, here it is. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Yeah, no, it's a very nice shiny, I think. When it's actually got Necrozma on it. I think Necrozma really makes the shiny pop. In a nicer way than it does normally. I need them to release that bloody shiny already. Give me my boy exactly. I think it'll be sooner rather than later, given it tends to be at the end of a generation. And it's been 3 years at this point, so it might be this year, sometime this year. I feel like Shiny Lunala and Shiny Solgaleo should have switched colours for their shinies. Aren't they the same colour? They're both red. Or is that the joke? I feel like that might be a joke and I'm missing it. Alright. No, like from their base form. As in their base form should have been red? Whoa, they don't call you Kajoke Misser for nothing. They call me Kajoke Misser? Whoa, why are you so fucking slanted? What's going on? It's because I'm slanted. Oh, you're not... No, you're still a bit slanted. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Like, Solgaleo should have been purple and, like, kind of blue. Nala white and kind of yellow. Oh, I see! I get you. I don't know, I kind of get at least Lunala's being red, right? Because it's a blood moon. Right? So Shiny Lunala going red, I think, makes a lot of sense. I think those would look nice. I think Solgaleo would have looked nicer in blues than red, to be fair. Like, I see why they made Solgaleo red, because... maybe Red Giant? To be fair, they could have made Solgaleo orange for Sunset, but I don't think that would have worked much better. Now that I think about it, that might not have worked much better than, might not have worked much better than the red one. But, it definitely would have looked nice blue. I'm actually fine. Crazy stuff. Question. Out of all the shiny starters for ZA, which would you want? So right now, I'm quite indifferent on which one I get, because I'm aware that I won't be able to transfer them until a few months after. Like, I'm doing this for the sake of it, because obviously Pokemon Home is going to take a few months to actually become compatible. I'm guessing it'll be quicker, because I think the main thing that stopped Pokemon Home connecting to Legends Arceus was the fact that BDSP was taking so long to connect, and they wanted to launch both of the updates at the same time. So I feel like ZA will probably get a Pokemon Home connection capability a lot quicker than Arceus did. But it means that I'll have a better chance to get whatever new forms the ZA starters have in the game rather than here. So I think I'd go with either Totodile or Tepig, considering Chikorita is going to be the starter Pokemon I choose. Because that means that I can hunt shiny Chikorita in the game, without feeling bad about overlapping with one I might already have. But then again, the starters weren't really my priority for shiny hunting in Pokemon Legends Arceus. So... Oh? You're almost at 68k, bloody hell. Catching up to Rob. Alright. You got that SFA buff. What does that mean? Oh, wait, no, you did, didn't you? I see what you mean. The gamble the other day where you stole all of his channel points. But yeah, you're going to be hunting for any of the ZA starters once it releases Blazing Star Galaxy, or anyone else for that matter. Stole? Yeah, you thieved. Gambled fair and square. No such thing as gambling fair and square. You paid me that money, Mango. You paid me that money to ensure I didn't get the shiny. And now you're pretending you didn't? How disgusting. We're doing Totodile. He's so goofy and crazy, so I'm picking him for your starter. That's fair, that's fair. I do like Totodile. The main thing warding me off Totodile is just the fact that there are a lot of water types. Fuck. Yeah, literally just the fact that there are a lot of water types, basically, is the main reason that I'm not picking Totodile. Clawitzer! If Clawitzer gets a Mega, that's definitely going on my team. If not, Mega Gyarados. Gyarados will probably be on my team in the early game at least. Because Gyarados is like one of the best early game Pokemon. And it'd be nice to use it in a regular playthrough for once. You're talking a lot of smack for someone that could gnaw on their room's power cables. I could also gnaw on my room's power cables, Mango. You're not special. I could also do that. I could bite through my wires right now. Because I'm closer. I also feel like it's weird they did the same gen Pokemon twice in picking your starters. I'm wondering if maybe they would have wanted to do Cyndaquil, but then they realized that they'd already done it. I think it's peculiar, but I like it in the sense that it's kind of a statement that the starters in the Legends games don't necessarily have to stick to any theming or ideas. The only thing we can say for certain right now is it's not going to be any starters from the region that were originally from the region. It's going to be a new set. But even then, the fact that they've done 2 starters from the same region puts that up in the air as well. Like, it's kind of like a firm, definitive, there aren't rules here statement that I quite like. It makes me hopeful for future Legends games, because I'll be on my toes next time. Because this time we were guessing. I'm going to take a drink quickly. Wait, guys, they're giving the Kalos starters Megas, right? The thing I've noticed is we haven't even seen the Kalos starters in any of the trailers yet. We haven't even glimpsed Froakie, Fennekin, or Chespin. They'll be in the game. There's no way they're not going to be in the game. But I'm interested if that's because they're going to be given to us as starters, as a second batch of starters early on, like the Kalos starters in X and Y. And then we'll get the Mega Stones along with them. Or if it just means that they haven't shown them yet, because they haven't shown them yet. Or maybe something else is happening with them. I feel like it would be odd if they didn't get Megas, though. It'd be weird. Right now, they are the only starter group present when a generational gimmick launched that didn't get access to said gimmick. Because obviously the Alola starters all got Z moves. The Gala starters, even if it was in the DLC, all got Gigantamax. So the Kalos starters at the moment are the only starter group that don't actually have, with like a Pokemon specific gimmick, that don't have access to said gimmick. Yeah, but like, it's in Kalos, so if they don't, then the Pokemon Company's going down from the complaints. I mean, to be fair, I feel like the Pokemon Company have faced worse complaints from other places, but, like, I'd expect it. But maybe that's why they wouldn't do it. If that makes sense. It's what I'm expecting. So, they might not get Mega since Ash Greninja's already a thing. The thing that I'd keep in mind about that, though, is Ash Greninja's not a thing anymore. Ash Greninja is, like, only present in Gen 7. You can transfer Ash Greninja to Scarlet and Violet, but Battle Bond is a different ability entirely now. All Battle Bond does is boost your attack. Which, honestly, I think is more of a sign that there could be a Mega coming. I hope if they do make a Mega Greninja, it's not just Ash Greninja, though. If Mega Greninja is just Ash Greninja, that would be kind of lame. Because Ash Greninja is Ash Greninja, right? I think it'd be odd to just do Mega Greninja like that, but, to be fair, though, it will make Kalos funnier in hindsight, because Ash will have prized a whole Greninja form out of his ass, instead of using Mega Greninja. Obviously, Mega Greninja wasn't found at that time. Like, Mega Evolutions, I think, it's easy to add in new Megas, because it feels like sometimes the Pokemon Company specifically make new evolutions go through weird methods to evolve them, so that people don't question why they couldn't evolve that way before. Friendship was a brand new mechanic in Gen 2, so that's why Pokemon couldn't evolve like that from Gen 1. You couldn't get the Dawnstone in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, so you couldn't get Gallade. You couldn't get... no, wait. Togekiss might be Shiny Stone. You couldn't get Togekiss. You didn't have the right incense to breed Roselia with, so you couldn't get Badoo. You've never been to Mount Cornet before, so you couldn't get Magnezone. Like, it feels like they always make a almost in-law reason as to why you can't evolve a Pokemon before the generation they introduced the Mega Evolution. Not Mega Evolution. Before the generation they introduced the evolution. Like, Annihilate can only evolve once learning Rage Fist and using it 20 times. So, of course you can't evolve Primate before then, because it doesn't learn Rage Fist outside of Paldea at the moment. But Mega Evolutions are a lot easier, because the explanation is simpler. You just didn't have the Mega Stone in that game. You didn't find it. The Mega Stone was probably somewhere around. You just didn't find it then and there. In fact, they kind of even suggest that maybe you did find the Mega Stone. You just didn't know that happened. You just didn't know you found the Mega Stone. Because Tiano's Odd Rock in X and Y, you get an item with the exact same fucking name in Auras, and it's the Pidgeotite. So it was a Mega Stone for Pokemon in the game. It's just the Mega Evolution Guru was dumber than Devon Stone. What Megas are you hoping comes to ZA? Wait, there was one that I was like, wait, no, this has got to happen, and then I forgot what it was. No, because what was it? Because I was like certain on this. Yeah, it hit my head, and I was like, wait, no, it's got to be. I cannot remember what it was for the life of me. Like, I was like, oh shit, it's got to be that. And then I'll do that. Something really random from a later generation like Frostmoth. Yeah, before we found out that the game was set in present day, I was very firmly on team Mr. Rhyme. Which is an odd one, but I think it would be cool. Minior would be a sick one, I think. I think Mega Minior would go really hard. Oh, Leech is a master? I agree with that. I think Dragapult would be another very cool one to get a Mega. I think Dragapult would go really well with a Mega Evolution. I might have to watch the stream where I said it, because I genuinely cannot remember which Pokemon I thought should get a Mega before. There was like one that I was certain, and I was like, oh, this one's got to get a Mega. Now it's entirely slipped my mind. All of them. True and real. True and real, Mango. Oh, or Milotic. Mega Milotic would go hard. I wonder if we're going to get Megas like Dragonite, Milotic, and Flygon. Because those were some of the most wanted Megas back in XY and Auras. Like, people were dying for Mega Flygon when Auras was announced. People were so desperate for Mega Flygon that, like, a developer straight up got asked at one point, why is there no Mega Flygon after, like, the games had launched? Where he had to be like, we just didn't have a good idea for one, man. We contemplated it, we just didn't have, like, a good idea for one, you know? Which I respect in the sense of they made sure they had a good idea to make a Mega Evolution. And I can respect that. You know? Like, it makes it sound like they weren't just like, okay, we want to give this Pokemon a Mega. It was like, maybe more broad. If they had an idea for a Mega Evolution, they'd do it. I like the idea, but also some of these Megas... I mean, maybe. But, wait. Mega Serena and the boots get bigger. Mega Serena, bigger boots. You know I'm cooking with that one. You know I'm cooking with that one. But yeah, I would like to get some regional variant Megas, but I wonder if we will get any. Because we know that a regional variant can get a Mega Evolution because of Mega Slowbro. In the sense that regular Slowbro has a Mega. And then we got Gala Slowbro. But, yeah. One very big boot. I could get behind that as well. I hope for Luxray or Zebstrika or Electros, but I feel like it's only Ampharos and Manectric for that type. They're not the only electric Megas, are they? Probably not, right? Mega, like, Togedemaru would be funny. Make it a Wrecking Ball. Maybe I've just got Hedgehogs on the mind, you know? Maybe I just got Hedgehogs on the brain because I saw one last night. You know how it is when you see a Hedgehog. And then your personality becomes Hedgehog for weeks straight. I think that might be the kind of night where I just get straight into bed after the stream, honestly. I'm quite tired today. What? Am I having a stroke? No, I'm not. Okay. Why was he so blurry? What the fuck? Why was he so blurry? What the hell? I am afraid of this Tepig now. Like, phased into existence. He did, like, genuinely thought that, like, my eyes might be fucking up for a moment there. That was concerning. There is a sign where I work that was written with a marker. And it was written with a really shit marker first, and then they wrote over it with an actual marker. And it genuinely looks like it's blurry, and whenever I see it, it fucks with my head. Whenever I see it, it fucks with my head so bad, and I hate it. But what about Mega Gyarados? What about Mega Gyarados? I hope he comes in as one. Are you saying you want them to make Mega Gyarados? I just want to check that's what you're saying, Blazing Star Galaxy. I might be misunderstanding. Is that what you're saying? Do you want them to make a Mega Gyarados? Yes. I have some brilliant news for you. Some absolutely great news. You're going to be so happy to hear this. They already did that one. Gyarados already has a Mega. It is Lysander's Ace, actually. In X and Y. It is a Dark type, which is funny, as in it's Water Dark. I really wonder why they gave it the Dark type. Because it's funny because, like, arguably that is a good type for Mega Gyarados, right? Because regular Gyarados has no flying stab. What does it get bounce? I think it might get bounce. That'll be my last encounter for the day, to be clear, but I'm going to talk for a moment longer. I think it might get bounce, but I feel like they should have done Dragon for its new typing. Yeah, but again, it wouldn't have had much Dragon Stab, right? Dark Stab it has a lot of. Mega Gyarados gets Stab Crunch, which I think is quite peak. Right? Like, I'd say the only other type that they could give it specifically for its moveset, would be Ground. Because Stab Earthquake from Gyarados is insane. Terastallization. Is something you can get, is insane. But on Mega Gyarados would have equally been insane. D-Dance Crunch with Flinch or Defense Drop. Exactly. Like, Crunch is an absolutely cracked move to have access to Stab on when you Mega Evolve. So Dark-type Mega Gyarados I will never slate just because of that. But yeah, I'm not trying to keep thinking of that Pokemon that I thought of should be Mega. Anyway, I guess we'll be back in 2 weeks to continue this hunt. This Friday, there should be more stuff. Right. Gimmighoul raids. There are Gimmighoul raids this Friday. I'll be doing Gimmighoul raids this Friday, actually, because I would quite like to get a shiny Gimmighoul. Will I get a shiny Gimmighoul? Probably not, but I'm going to try for it anyway. Have a beautiful last few days of April. Don't like that. Don't like that April's ending. I was just thinking about April 1st the other day, but nope, it's actually coming to an end. That's fucked up. It's fucked up for almost halfway through the year, and I don't like that. I hope you all have great rests of your week, great rests of your April, great rest of this half of the year. We're all getting old. Goodbye and good night.